Good morning, football fans, and welcome to 3 and Out right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Getting going a little bit later this morning. My apologies. Internet issues just kind of be happening. However, we're here. That problem should be fixed soon, and we are ready to roll. Today's title, of course, Bowlin, because, well, that's what we're doing. We are on the stretch. We are just moving, y'all. Bowl games here, bowl games there. Unfortunately, we'll be doing the show today during the start of one of the bowl games, but it's all right. Live and in color right now, we have ourselves a pretty fun one, by the way, too. This one should have some action right out of the gate. The Go Bowling Military Bowl just getting underway. Pitt versus ECU. Kickoff just underway right now. So you'll be enjoying us while enjoying the game for this next hour. Also, yesterday's game did not disappoint. Maybe one, but the others were definitely great. New Mexico, oh boy, a team that we really thought might do it, and they almost did. However, it didn't happen, and almost only counts in Washington hand grenade. So that came down, and of course, other games to discuss. Today, we got ourselves a whole bunch of action going on, about 10 games total, including 2 NFL games. And then, of course, tomorrow should be great. We have some great games in the NFL. We have the worst game of all time also being played in the NFL tomorrow. We'll talk about that one. And, of course, getting ready for both Sunday and Monday night football. So much to come. Great football on our way. Of course, Monday morning, we'll be back to recap all the action and keep on going through bowl season. Ladies and gentlemen, this is just that time of year, right? Christmas, New Year's, and football. Let's get ready, y'all. It's about that time. You are now tuned in live to 3 and Out right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sport. Welcome, football fans. What's going on, guys? Good morning. Larry B here. Bright and, well, should have been brighter and earlier, but still bright and early here on a Saturday morning. It's Saturday, December 27th, 2025, and the years just keep coming. As Smash Mouth said, the years keep coming and they don't stop coming. So it's the truth, but that's a good thing because it's nice that they're coming because if not, we're dead. So anyway. Starting to get a little dark this morning, but we're going to have ourselves some fun, man. Definitely a great morning for some football. Like I said, unfortunately getting going a little bit later than we wanted to today. My apologies. The issue will be fixed soon. It's all good. But we're still here. We're still ready to roll. And you know who else is still here? My dude, man. Ladies and gentlemen, IE Sports Radio Hall of Famer. Of course, great friend of mine, guy that will do the show. This is how cool he is, man. Even when things don't go as planned, still here to do the show, man. Great guy, my right-hand man. Ladies and gentlemen, host of Set Point here, a volleyball show, IE Sports Radio Hall of Famer, our SoCal insider, and all-around great guy, Teran Rodriguez. Good morning, sir. How are you? Teran is sideways. Yeah, Teran's here. He's there. He's everywhere.
Hey, Larry. Doing good. Yeah, and it happens, Larry. I mean, you just got to take the bad with the good. And look, the technology things happen to me too, so it's all good. But I'm glad to be talking football with you. Wouldn't want to talk football with anyone else.
I'm right there with you, buddy. Appreciate you, man. And yeah, damn internet. It's all right. We're good. And hey, well, we're underway. And like I said, this game is also underway. So, Teran, we'll go ahead and just get this one out of the way. Get this nice little preview out of the way for this one because, well, it's already started. So let's go ahead and do that really fast, and then we'll get into the recap of yesterday's games. But yeah, we got some good ones today, man. Of course, this one, the Goal Bowling Military Bowl. So let's just kick things off because boom, here we go. And where's my banner? Booyah! There we go. FBS ready to roll, lock and loaded. Here we go. Goal Bowling Military Bowl. We got Pittsburgh at 8-4, ECU at 8-4, Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium in Annapolis, Maryland. Pitt enters as a heavy favorite, but East Carolina has the offensive firepower to make this interesting. ECU's quarterback, Caden Hauser, has been one of the most productive passers in the country this year, while Pitt will rely on physical defense and efficiency to control tempo. If ECU protects the ball, this could turn into a fourth quarter fight, which I really hope it does. So early kickoff, sneaky intrigue, Pitt's defense versus ECU's offensive attack. This is going to be a fun one, man. Military Bowl is going to be a lot of fun. Can the Pirates pull the upset? Because I think it would be an upset, even though they have the same record. They're lower conference, just not as big as a school. Pitt a little bit bigger, a little bit more firepower. This is gonna be a good game. Who you got?
I got Pitt winning this one. I think Pitt is more battle tested. Nothing against ECU, but I just think Pitt being in the ACC and then having to face some stiff competition just is a little bit just benefits them more. So give me the Panthers.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too. Don't get me wrong. ECU is a great school. They produce a lot of talent. There's some NFL talent right now from Pitt, but this is I just feel like Pitt has a little bit more here. And already they're starting off. Their ECU is actually cruising down the field right now while starting 12. And nope, sack just like that. And there it is. That's exactly what we're picking. Pitt. There's just a little bit more there. I mean, come on now. The great Aaron Donald came from Pitt. Just saying. The great Larry Fitzgerald came from Pitt. I'm just kidding. But
Jordan Addison partially came from Pitt.
I mean, we can keep going, Teran. There's a lot of them. So
Kenny Pickett came from Pitt.
He did, but I mean, he's getting. Hey, at least he made it. So, yes. So we are here. Blue's making an appearance. She's over my right shoulder. Who's doing her thing, popping and talking some football as well. So, all right, Terry. So here we go, man. Let's go ahead and keep it going. And just actually, sorry. Let's go ahead and get a couple previews. Recaps down because we had to get that preview out of the way and get our pick because, well, obviously the game is underway now. So let's go ahead and recap what we saw yesterday. And this was interesting, to say the least. We started right as this game, we ended right as this game was starting. And here we go. So the Game Above Sports Bowl yesterday was fun. But but it was a very one-sided battle. North, we talked about it yesterday, man. Northwestern was going to get this one going early and often, and they did. They turned in a slow start. I mean, it wasn't necessarily early and often, but when they did get it going, it's not like Central Michigan had an answer. They gave them a fight for a while, but they turned it into like a slow start into a dominant bowl performance, exploding for 34 unanswered points to cruise past Central Michigan in the Game Above Sports Bowl. So after a scoreless first quarter, the Wildcats broke open in the game behind quarterback Preston Stone, who threw 3 touchdown passes, including 2 to standout wide receiver Griffin Wild. Northwestern added a defensive highlight in the third quarter with a 47-yard scoop and score, effectively putting the game out of reach. Central Michigan struggled with turnovers and couldn't generate consistent offense until a late fourth quarter touchdown. And really, Northwestern controlled the middle quarters, outscoring SMU, as we talked about, 34-0 before the Chippewas finally just fizzled out and it was over. So with the win, Northwestern finishes 7-6, closing the season with momentum, while Central Michigan ends the year also at 7-6.
Yeah, this was kind of one-sided. The big thing that really cost CMU were the turnovers. They had 4 turnovers on the day, and against a good team like Northwestern, coming out of the Big Ten, you just can't have that. So Look, and as I said yesterday, Northwestern needed to move mountains in order to become bowl game eligible
Yeah.
because they played in a little bit of a gauntlet of the Big Ten. So the fact that they were able to make the bowl game just barely is a testament to how to Northwestern and how much they needed to overcome and basically get to this point. So I think for Northwestern, they were able to put together a great game plan. I thought this was going to be an ugly game. I didn't think it would be this ugly. I thought it would be a little bit more lower defensive scoring and whatnot. But those Wildcats, they really brought their A game.
They did. And you know what? Hats off to those guys. Kudos, man. There was a lot of, it wasn't really back in, like I said, it got a little, at first, it looked solid, but at first, all games look good, right? 0-0, not much time. And before you know it, fourth quarter comes and it's a blowout. But, it all depends. So this was fun for a while, but a not so good game. It was fun to watch, but just for football. As in competitive, this was nowhere near. So congratulations, though, man. Really good game here by good old Northwestern, and they got it done. So, all right, let's get on to the game that you and I both thought would be a really good one. And dude, this was a freaking good one. This was like my favorite game. This was such a good game. I loved it. So Minnesota, good old Minnesota, man. This team, this Minnesota football team, I won't say they're like the greatest team ever, but boy, they're freaking resilient, man. But you got to give it up to New Mexico, a team that was on a mission. And unfortunately, man, this is one of their best freaking seasons they've ever had. I mean, they haven't been this competitive since I was like in high school, man, in like 2000 and like 3, 4, 5. Like they have not been this competitive in a very long time, and it's really cool to see it. But yesterday's Rate Bowl, dude, that was a good freaking game, man. So let's go ahead and get a little recap of it real fast. So Minnesota survived a tense, low-scoring battle and walked off in overtime, edging Minnesota 20-17 in the Rate Bowl to extend the program's postseason winning streak to 9 straight games. So neither offense had much rhythm early, with both defenses controlling tempo through regulation. New Mexico, they leaned on special teams and field position, while Minnesota answered with timely drives and a strong ground game led by Darius Taylor. The Lobos forced overtime after a late score, setting up a dramatic finish. In the extra period, Jalen Smith delivered the most decisive moment, hauling in a diving 12-yard catch to seal the victory. Smith finished with 2 touchdowns on the day, while Minnesota's defense held firm when it mattered most. The Golden Gophers closed the season at 8-5, continuing their bowl game consistency, with New Mexico finishing an impressive at 9-4, which is still good for them after pushing a Big Ten opponent to the brink. So this was a pretty solid game, Teran. I can't say much more about these guys in New Mexico. And at the same exact time, it just goes to show you too, Minnesota, they're a resilient team. Again, it wasn't like they were playing, Ohio State or anything, but it's going to show you the Big Ten, man, right?
Yeah, and I guess in Minnesota, all they just do is win bowl games. That's that's their MO. So, look, the Smith brothers were absolutely amazing. Jalen Smith looks like he's an NFL wide receiver, and Anthony Smith looks like he's also going to be the next NFL player. This one felt like one of those old school Big Ten games, but for New Mexico, their offense just seemed a little lackluster. Their only touchdown was a kickoff or a punt return touchdown. So I just felt that New Mexico was kind of lacking that offense when it came to facing Minnesota. And even when they got good field position, they just couldn't get anything going. They tried to get they even got to the point where they tried a fake punt, but it just got blown up by Anthony Smith. So I think for Minnesota, it's just a testament of them playing in the Big Ten and then them just knowing I don't want to say this in a negative way, but knowing how to win bowl games, because it seems like every year they're in a bowl game, they win it. I mean, it would be great if they took the next best, biggest step and they were to win a college football playoff game, but it's just baby steps for Minnesota.
Yeah, and that's the cool part too. You see Minnesota being, a team that can get it done. They can win bowl games, they can win football games, but it's true. You don't really see them as a team, and obviously they're in the Big Ten. There's a lot of competition. But what do you do, Taryn, when you're in the Big Ten? You have competition. You just recruit and do your best. It's the Trinity League, like in high school, dude. We all know, okay, that St. John Bosco and Mater Dei are going to destroy people. But I'm sorry, play Olu any given day. Play Servite any given day. Okay? Santa Margarita just managed to not managed. Santa Margarita just arose as the number one Trinity League school, the number one team in California, and honestly, like I think the second best team in the country behind Bishop Gorman right now. I don't care what the Max Preps ranks say right now, but yeah, dude. I mean, so it goes to show you, Minnesota can go bang bang with anybody else, but they got to take care of their own first. They got to take care of that Big Ten, and that recruiting's got to. Maybe this is going to be better. I don't know. Maybe that recruiting window will open for them. I don't know. Transfer portal. I don't know, but I guess it goes to show you, man. Minnesota's not too far from being like a really solid team. But I don't know, dude. In that Big Ten, it's so hard because the competition recruiting is insane. I feel like Ohio State's this giant vacuum. Am I right? I mean, I'm sorry, this is how it works, but So anyway, but you're totally right there. And let's see if Minnesota maybe next year they can get somebody.
Can I also just say that New Mexico really overachieved? They have, for those that don't know, they have a first-year head coach in Jason Eck, which the fact that he was able to lead this team to 9 wins, which is the most under a first-year head coach at New Mexico, was quite astounding.
Awesome.
And you also got to remember that New Mexico actually had the fewest returning players of any FBS team. Fewest of any FBS team. I think they had like only 33 returning players from out of every FBS team in the entire FBS realm.
That's
so
cool.
I think for New Mexico, this is just the start of something special. And the fact that they wound up going to a bowl game, they came oh so close to make the Mountain West Conference Championship. They beat a Big Ten team in UCLA. They were competitive against Michigan. They almost snapped Minnesota's bowl game win streak. This just goes to show that New Mexico is on the rise. So the only thing I will say is that they got to get their offense going. They need to have a better offense if they want to against a team like Minnesota.
No, I agree. You totally hit it on the head. And yeah, man, there's so much there with Minnesota. So you only just wish that it would get a little bit stronger with these guys, but solid stuff there. Great resume, great season ender there for Minnesota. But the Lobos, dude, it just kills me. Anguish, dude, they were there. They forced overtime. I mean, my gosh, a couple more plays. Maybe it's so cliche, but one play could have gone different in that game, and the Lobos would have won.
Yeah, that offense, they just didn't have the offense to keep up with Minnesota, and Minnesota they were efficient offensively. They weren't flashy, but they ran the ball effectively. Their receivers were serviceable. Their quarterback was serviceable. Their defense held its own, and they just stymied New Mexico offensively. And that's what you can't do when you're facing a Big Ten team, no matter who that Big Ten team is.
Yeah. No, totally, man. And it's rough. It's rough losing a game like this, but man, what a great game and what a good year for the Lobos. I hope these guys continue to catch fire, unless they go ahead and just like UNLV, hey, well, let's go ahead and take that head coach and put him somewhere in a power freaking 4 conference. Anyway, I wish these little schools had more money to keep these coaches, man. That'd be so cool to see dynasties happen at the smaller levels. So, all righty, man. Well, great game there. Super excited for
best bowl game of the day.
That was definitely the best bowl game of the day. It was so fun. So, all righty, Teran. Well, I hate to stop talking about that one. We can talk about that one for like an hour. That was a great football game, man. But all right. Well, again, Minnesota knocks off New Mexico 20-17 in overtime in the Rate Bowl. Great game. And then we get on to the game last night, and this was hard to pay attention to after a while. I watched it. I was enjoying it. Again, football is football, but this was a rough one, man, because it was just so lopsided. Like, you and I both thought, that this was going to be obviously a convincing win, but my gosh, I mean, they could have. They really wanted to convince everyone, Teran. UTSA, man. It was the Serve Pro First Responder Serve Pro First Responder Bowl. Great game. Usually. UTSA, the Roadrunners of UTSA get it done in Gerald J. Ford Stadium in Dallas, Texas, just destroying FIU 57-20. Yes, you heard right. A 50 burger. Okay. UTSA turned for the First Responder Bowl into a statement win, overwhelming FIU 57-20 behind a no explosive all phase performance. After FIU jumped out to a quick 14-0 lead, highlighted by a 97-yard punt return, the Roadrunners flipped the game completely and never looked back. Owen McCown was razor sharp, throwing for 295 yards and 3 touchdowns, while Will Henderson III powered the offense with 3 total scores as UTSA scored touchdowns in every quarter. Of course they did. The Roadrunners piled on points in bunches, including a rare defensive two-point conversion, which was really crazy, showcasing just how lopsided the night became. UTSA finished with 481 total yards, forced turnovers, and controlled the tempo from the second quarter on. Like, really, I think it was the first quarter, but outscoring FIU 48-6 over the final 3 periods. The blowout victory capped a strong showing for the Roadrunners and sent them into the offseason with serious momentum. So, UTSA, man, you can't say enough about this team right now. Wasn't the best game, didn't have the best opponent. FIU came, they were there. That's about it. But overall, just goes to show you too, man. Got to give these guys their flowers. The Roadrunners played really well last night.
Yeah, and for those that didn't really, for those that kind of scoreboard watched, I will just say Florida or FIU actually led 14-0. Like, it was looking good for FIU because they just had the momentum, and it just felt like UTSA just couldn't get anything going. But then their offense just started clicking drive after drive, and after that first quarter, they really kicked it into high gear. So I think for UTSA, it was just a matter of them starting out a little slow, and then for FIU, I just felt like they kind of slowed down, and UTSA just settled in more. So I wouldn't say this was. I mean, I kind of felt that UTSA was going to win. I thought Florida or FIU was going to find a way to win. I mean, I picked them, obviously, but UTSA just really strut their stuff, and they just scored in any way possible. I think if you had a late touchdown on your bingo card, I think they pretty much covered every bingo card space. But yeah, UTSA was just on its A game, and they were just unbelievable. They were really good.
They played really well, man. So solid game there. Great job to UTSA. Get another bowl game with victory, and there you go. So, all right, Jared, we just went and previewed the Military Bowl. Short show today, obviously. Now we just got to go ahead and preview all of the rest of today's games and the NFL games for tomorrow, and that's it. So, we're going to show our sponsors some love. Yesterday, we didn't give a a quick break to our sponsors, but today I make sure we want to get that out there. So, stick yourselves a quick break. Play 2 drops. We'll be back in about 3 minutes. Getting ready to talk about the rest of today's games. Be ready, y'all. You are watching 3 and Outs right here on IE Sports Radio. Your direct feed for all that is sports. Will be right back, covering plenty more football after this.
Hi, eSports Radio fans. This show is brought to you by Planet Jerky Premium Brisket Beef Jerky. Planet Jerky is the official jerky of the 2022 California League champion Lake Elsinore Storm, single-A affiliate of the San Diego Padres. This all-brisket jerky has gluten-free options, contains no MSG, no sodium nitrate, is low in sugar, and high in protein. Go to their website at planetjerky.net and follow them on Instagram at Planet Jerky. Planet Jerky, the jerky that's on a whole other planet.
Rise and shine. It's 4 a.m. The stars are still out. The sun is beneath the horizon, but it's time to punch in and go to work. The comfort of your warm-ups turns into the grinding out of your reps as the clinking and the clinking of the plates create a symphony of euphoria. There's no other feeling like it. Earn it, burn it, and take what's yours. IE Sports Radio has proudly partnered with Vital Apparel, a brand that not only fits great, but also promotes and donates to mental health research. Use our code IESR to get 15% off their comfortable and inspiring gym wear and help them on their amazing journey to support mental health. Go hard, take part in your iron therapy, and be strong. Because when your mental health is as strong as you are, there's no telling how far you'll go.
Welcome back to 3 and Out right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that in sports. Shout out to our awesome sponsors, Vital Apparel. You see down there. Big shout out to those guys, man. Proudly partnering with them. Make sure you head on over. Vital Apparel, you see VTapparel.com. I have a great shirt, my iron therapy shirt, and really, really great apparel. Help them support the fight for mental health. Show them some love, man. Of course, they donate some to mental health, and of course, us here, we can get a little chunk, and we appreciate that because it helps keep the lights on. So we appreciate that. If you enjoy IE Sports Radio and all of our shows, you want to check out their gym apparel. They have some great stuff, and of course, Planet Jerky, man. The jerky that's on a whole other planet. Christmas just passed. It was a great stocking stuffer. I'm sure plenty of you loved it. Got some great Planet Jerky this week, but if you didn't, that's okay, because they're still open. Give them a follow at Planet Jerky at Instagram, man. On Instagram, show them some love. Get you some delicious jerky. They deliver all over the country, so you don't got to be here in SoCal for that. They're all over the place. So grab you some Planet Jerky, premium brisket beef jerky, man. The jerky that's on a whole other planet. And of course, check out IE Sports Radio, man. X, TikTok, YouTube, IE Sports Radio, of course, all over the place. And yes, IESportsRadio.com. The relaunch is coming next week. I'm so excited, man. Almost done getting it all together. Gonna be fun. So again, sorry I went without a website for a couple of weeks or for a couple of months. The hard times, and but now everything's better. And trust me, this website's gonna be even better. It was it's better that happened, because the revamp is gonna be nice. So all right, Teran. If I don't just cough all over the place. All right, Teran, here we go, man. Let's keep it going and talk more football. We got a lot to get into today. Of course, like I said, the NFL playoff picture. We got about 30 minutes left here in our show. As this game continues, we're still in the first quarter. It is 0-0 with about 3.5 minutes to go. Pitt actually, wow, ECU on the drive right now in the Military Bowl. So we'll keep you with updates on that one until the top of the hour. But all right, Teran, here we go, man. We've got plenty of games to talk about and to get into today. Here we go. So again, the Bowlin Military Bowl. We both feel that Pitt is just going to be the better team, and they are. They're looking like it slightly, because here they go. Yep, looks like a fumble, and well, there goes Pitt. So the drive ends for ECU, and just as we talked about, Pitt is looking like Pitt. So these guys are looking strong and doing their thing early. So with that said, too, man, I just want to also throw this out there. Big shout out again to all the lower divisions. If this is your first time watching the show, we cover freaking everything. Teran will tell you. So, of course, the 3C2A, we already got into that this year. But, well, again, the high school football championship was already crowned. So, congratulations to Buford. Teran, and I still believe that Bishop Gorman should have gotten the national championship. But congratulations to Buford. And, of course, we cover high school football all year long, national high school football. 3C2A, congratulations, man, to San Mateo getting it done. They won a few weeks ago over Golden West. NorCal, SoCal, All Cal champs. Okay, these guys winning their third title in the last 4 years. NJCAA happened a few weeks ago, man. Iowa Western got the dragon off their back, if you will, as they knocked off the Blue Dragons of Hutchinson, getting themselves another title. We have the NCAA Division III Stag Bowl, the national championship coming up. My gosh, what is it, like in about 2 weeks, a week and a half? These guys are going to be going head to head. We got a great game for you, man, there. Oh, my gosh, can't wait. Wisconsin River Falls, first time being there, taking on North Central, the team who's been there the last 6 years now. So looking forward to that game. In Division II, congratulations, Ferris State just wins another freaking title. This is like a million titles for them, but they got it done, of course, a couple weeks ago. Or last week, sorry, we talked about that already. So again, as you can see, we talk about the lower divisions too. And of course, in the NAIA Grandview, the Vikings, they defeated Kaiser. Big victory there for those guys. Grandview looking really strong. And then in the FCS, we got another great championship coming for you guys very, very soon, man. It's kind of like, to me, I feel like the FCS and Division III are kind of mirroring each other somewhat, because the juggernaut of North Central and Montana State. Montana State's not necessarily North Dakota or South Dakota State, really North Dakota State. But we have two newcomers, Wisconsin River Falls coming in D3, and in the FCS, Illinois State, the Redbirds. So it's going to be a lot of fun seeing Montana State and Illinois State going head to head. And then, of course, we have the FBS and we talk the NFL. So we talk it all, man. We talk it all. If it's football, we're on it. So, all right, there. So, again, we appreciate you guys for tuning in, man, showing love. And let's get into the preview of this next game, man. I'm going to have some fun with this one. So here we go. All right. So that game, again, Go Bowling Military Bowl officially underway. Next up, we have in just 30 minutes when we're off air, the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl getting started at Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, New York. Penn State coming in at 6-6, Clemson at 7-5. A blue blood showdown in the Bronx, man. Penn State leans on their star running back Teran Allen and a rugged run game, while Clemson counters with Cade Klubnik. Kind of crazy seeing Clemson in a game like this after seeing them strong for so many years, but it's all right. It happens. Next year we can see them back in the playoff. We'll see. But in a more vertical passing attack, so cold weather and field conditions could tilt this toward whichever team wins up front. Should be a fun game. A game in the Bronx, Yankee Stadium. I don't know. This would be a fun one, Teran. I mean, again, kind of crazy seeing Penn State and Clemson, two teams that usually seeing right outside the college football playoff. Penn State having a crazy year. Franklin is out. I don't know. Clemson just falling off a cliff. And here we are watching two teams that we're usually used to seeing a lot higher, Teran, playing in the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, this is kind of the underachievers bowl. These two teams I feel kind of underachieved. Normally, we would see like Penn State was in the top 10 going into the season, and they were oh so close to knocking off Oregon. And then ever since that Oregon loss, they pretty much just went downhill. They lost to UCLA when they were a top 10 team. Bear in mind, UCLA was winless, and they had just fired their head coach. Then they just lost to Northwestern. They lost their quarterback that same week. And they lost to Iowa. Then they lost to the number 1 and number 2 team, even though they nearly upset Indiana. But ever since, they've actually rattled off 3 straight. And they actually had to move mountains against Rutgers, of all teams, in order to become bowl game eligible. Meanwhile, for Clemson, it's kind of in the same story, except they didn't really fire Dabo Swinney. I mean, Dabo Sweeney is still going to be part of Clemson from now until forever. But
Yeah.
they've now both Clemson's won 4 in a row, and they even upset Louisville, which I think was pretty solid, if you ask me. So
Yeah.
Clemson has not had the season that I don't think anyone thought they would have. But that being said, you know what? I'm going to take Penn State for this one. Yeah, Penn State has a backup quarterback, but I think they get the job done against Clemson. I think Clemson has been too inconsistent. I think Penn State's kind of found their footing, and I don't know if their new head coach is coaching right now, but honestly, I think Penn State under their regime is going to get the job done against Clemson.
That's solid, man. That's solid. You know what? I'll take that. That's a hard one. It really is. You know what, Teran? Gets to have fun and play some devil's advocate, because you're right. I see Penn State. There's something there. They're jumping a little. They look a little bit better. It's been a rough year, but I'm gonna take Dabo and the boys. Screw it. Penn State lost their coach this year. They're I don't know. They're just in a weird place. They're 6-6 for the first time in who knows how long. And Clemson at least has their whole team together. We got one more win. Screw it. Like I said, it really, to me, this is another coin flip game. As we always talk about. Honestly, they're two powers, and two power conference schools. But screw it, I'll take Clemson. Let's see who wins, Teran. Let's see what happens. Let's see. All right, man. So it should be a fun one, though. I really hope this is a good game, man. You can see kickoff is in about 20 minutes. So looking forward to that one. So, all right, Teran. And as you know, those two rival teams, we got, well, not really rival teams, but they're on the East Coast. So, but they're not really rivals. But do you know who are rivals, Teran? If the Yankees got to have a bowl, the Red Sox got to have a bowl, right? the rivalry that's so strong. Some people call it the greatest rivalry of all time. The Red Sox and the Yankees in the MLB. Catch more of that with our boy Mike Pat, of course, and co-host coming up in February. Getting, as we're ending, he'll be starting baseball season over there on the Bullpen Bulletin. But, well, Teran, that rivalry is so ugly that it gets bled into college football. Kind of crazy. But yes. Yeah, the Yankees were like, hey, we're going to have ourselves a bowl game now in our stadium. And Fenway is like, oh, yeah, well, we're going to do the same thing. Now we have the Wasabi Fenway Bowl. The 9-3 UConn Huskies taking on the 6-6 Army Black Knights. One of the most fascinating style clashes of bowl season. It really is, man. UConn's quarterback, Joey Fagnano, or Fagnano. How do you say his name? Fagnano, I believe, leads a high-octane passing offense. I know the dude's got a heck of an arm, man. So while Army brings his relentless triple option attack, really different styles in this game. The time of possession will be everything, and if Army controls the clock, which that's the goal with with that offense, UConn may never find a rhythm. Because it's true, it's hard to get lost in that. But they're 6-6 this year. They haven't been a very good job at that. So I don't know. But Teran, give me your thoughts on this game.
This is an interesting game. Army is 6-6, like you just mentioned, but they're 8.5-point favorites. Meanwhile, UConn, I mean, they're 9-3, but they haven't really beaten anyone of significance. Their 3 losses are to Rice, Syracuse, and Delaware, which Delaware was a solid team. Oh man, and then Army. I think this is kind of a more so of. I mean, Army just barely lost to Navy, as we know. They had their chances of winning that. They lost to Tulane, solid team. Tulsa, ECU, North Texas. We all know they're from the AAC. This is an interesting game just because, I mean, Matchup Predictor has UConn winning, but Army is an 8.5-point favorite. So this is and Army has kind of been through 2 quarterbacks, and their quarterback is a rushing quarterback. So man, this one's actually no. Army hasn't been through 2 quarterbacks, but still, their quarterback is just so different. He's a rusher. He's a Lamar Jackson type of quarterback.
He's a Lamar.
So, shoot, this one I think will be really interesting. But you know what? Since UConn this is pretty much a home game for UConn, I got to go with the Huskies.
Good pick, man. I'm gonna channel my interleague course. So I was gonna not so fast you, but Army has so much potential, and these service academies. We talked about it again. I researched a lot this year, and remember, I mean, how cool, right? The people, those who do want to play for the service academies. Obviously, you're gonna do some service afterwards. But again, it's a really cool journey, Terrence, unlike any other journey in college football. And also, you're serving the country. So it's really cool for those who want to go out and play for the Army or the Navy. Air Force doesn't have the extra academies. But again, don't forget U.S. MAPS and U.S. NAPS, the two quote-unquote warm-up for these players. It's kind of crazy. You get a lot of experience out there. You do. Some of these guys are playing 5-6 years in college, and they got to actually start all those years because they were playing on one of those like quote unquote junior college football teams that aren't necessarily junior college football teams. US MAPS and US NAPS play against each other. They play against the Army and Navy JV teams, and they also play against NJCAA teams, but they're not actually in the NJCAA, so their clock never actually starts. So then when they finally get to the Army or Navy Academy, then they play, they can redshirt or they can, they're still freshman, sophomore, but you still get to play JV games where you can start, and then you still get to play, you know what I mean? When you get older or more, and you still, so it's crazy to think you can play all those years of football. And then really cool too, you don't got to sign, like I said before, you don't got to sign your commit to the military until your junior year, which is really cool. So again, really cool seeing this, and I love this. All of that just to build them all up to knock them down. I feel terrible for this. Army this year was just underachieving. The Army Navy game was the best I've seen them all year. And obviously that's a rivalry game, that's why. But I don't know, dude. It's something about this Army team right now. They look good. They definitely have it. It's there. But I'm gonna take UConn in a close one. I feel like the Army can totally win this game. To me, this is almost a coin flip too. You talk about being favored here, not being favored here. It's crazy. It really is. But when it comes down to it, Teran, I really do believe the UConn has a slight edge, and I'm going to give it to them by like a field goal. But should be a really good game, man. I really hope this game turns out as good as we thought it would be, or we think it'll be. But yeah, I'm going to go UConn by a nose, by a Husky nose. Should be a fun game. Should be a fun game there, Teran. But yeah, those are my thoughts. So there you go. So all right, guys, that is the Wasabi Fenway Bowl. This would be probably the sneakiest best game of the day, I think. All right, so also coming up today, Teran, this is the one with the cool. At least I hope they do it again. This has got to be the coolest trophy in all of bowl season because you get to eat it. And Teran, who doesn't like Pop-Tarts? I love Pop-Tarts. I wish I had some Pop-Tarts right now to eat with the Pop-Tarts bowl. Hey, Monday, I didn't even know that I was actually eating French fries during the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. And it was halfway through where I'm like, oh, hey, I'm eating French fries. This is great. So I did not have a bath in the French fries like Coach did. But so yeah, I would love some Pop-Tarts to have with this Pop-Tart bowl. Teran, this as actually this Pop-Tart bowl is freaking good. Like this should be a really good Pop-Tart bowl. Like I like this. The two teams playing in this Pop-Tart bowl really legitimately had a shot at being a top 10 team this year in college football. And on top of that, I guess we can say, Teran, that this bowl game might actually be just as good as opening up the wrapper and having some Pop-Tarts. I'm just saying this might be a real treat like Pop-Tarts are. Wow, there's so many good ones. They have the Girl Scout ones I like. The lemon. Have you ever tried the lemon ones? Like the lemon, like the little, no. They have the cinnamon ones.
Oh yeah.
I tried the cookie ones, like the cookies and cream one. But so many good Pop-Tarts there.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, so here we go, man. Let's preview this game. So BYU at 11-2 will be taking on 9-3 Georgia Tech in the Camping World Stadium, Orlando, Florida, scheduled for a 12:30 kickoff Eastern Time, 9:30 a.m. on ABC. BYU's offense, bounce offense, and experience give them the edge, but Georgia Tech's speed and defensive pressure could flip momentum quickly. Look for BYU's running back, LJ Martin, to be central to the game plan, especially if the Cougars grab an early lead. So this should be a good game. What are your thoughts?
Oh man, this one is definitely the game of the day. I mean, I love the Pop-Tarts Bowl. I think the Pop-Tarts Bowl this needs to be part of the college football playoff. Like, forget the Peach Bowl and Rose Bowl and all those other bowls in the college football playoff. This is the bowl that needs to be part of the college football playoff.
Pop-Tarts, baby.
I don't care what anyone says, but that being said, I mean, you would think BYU would win this one easy, but Heinz King is just legit good. But you never know if Heinz King is going to play. But you know what? Since Bear Bachmeier has led this BYU team to great leaps and bounds, since BYU was one of the two teams to be the first two out of the college football playoff, I'm going to take BYU. Mainly because of Bear Bachmeier and mainly because BYU, I think, definitely needs to prove themselves. Because if they lose this one, then this is a prime example of they did not deserve to be in the college football playoff. Whereas if they do win, BYU would have proven to the committee that they and Notre Dame should have been in over the likes of Tulane and possibly James Madison. But I got BYU here. It'll be a close one. I think this one could be high scoring.
I agree. This could be either way, man. I love this game a lot. I really do. This could be one of the best games that we see all year. You're right. I love this game. Really exciting because you never know what you're going to get with these bowl games. And to me, this is just fun. This is so much freaking fun because now you get two teams that have been pretty good all year. Like I said, they were so close yet so far, and now they're doing their thing. They're here, they're going head to head, and I don't know. Again, you're right. Will a team today say, "Yeah, I should have been there instead"? Will the committee look smart? Will they look dumb? I don't know. I mean, that's give or take no matter what. But good stuff. I'm excited for it. Teran, as much as I want to pick BYU, I'm going Georgia Tech, baby. What you think, man?
That sounds like a good pick. I mean, Georgia Tech has been good. I mean, if it weren't for those two losses in ACC play, I think this team could have definitely had an argument to be in the college football playoff because you have to remember that they were 8-0 going into the NC State game where they just lost that one. And ever since ever since they beat Syracuse, they lost 3 of their last 4. And I think that was what kind of kept them out of the college football playoff. I mean, one of their losses was to Georgia, but they played Georgia tough. So
they did.
Again, take away the NC State loss or the Pitt loss, then this team is playing in the ACC championship and not Virginia. And who knows? Maybe this team could have been in the college football playoff, but unfortunately, they just couldn't get the job done, and that's just life in the big city. So I think you can't go wrong with either one of these. It's just that I hope Heinz King is playing just because Heinz King is one of the more electric quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, I gotta roll with BYU just because Bear Bachmeier, let's cap off his freshman year with an outstanding win and prove that the committee got it wrong.
Let's go. Let's see. Okay, I love it. I'm loving the different picks. Good stuff here. Let's see about Bear Bachmeier. Let's see what happens today. This should be a great game. So looking forward to that one, man. Pop-Tarts Bowl coming up in just a little bit. I am freaking excited for this one. This should be a really good football game. So looking forward to it. Again, just one of those better games that we're going to see in bowl season this year. Love bowl season. Always a great time at bowl season, man. Enjoying these games. But dude, this game is gonna be freaking fun. So again, that game coming on up. And by the way, I don't know why I said yes and that Pacific time. 12:30 Pacific, 3:30 Eastern is that game. My apologies, guys. So all right, next up we have here. So Pop-Tart gonna be great. Wasabi gonna be fun. I mean, those are good games so far. The Fenway Bowl. But Teran, who can it be? It's the D-O-double-G. Snoop has his own cookbook. We've seen that World Market. Snoop has his own wine. 19 crimes, I think. We've seen that World. Terrence had 19 crimes. Snoop has all kinds of stuff. Snoop is here. He's there. And I ain't mad at him. I love it, man. I grew up a Snoop fan. My pops in the 62, man, cruising around bumping Snoop with his damn Fosgate, Rockford Fosgate and Kenwood amps. It is punk his kickers back. I mean, I'll tell you, bro, the good times. And it's cool seeing Snoop just evolve and into all of this craziness, man. He's here, he's there, he's everywhere, doing his thing, still making music, doing what it do. So I love it, man. And here he is now. Last year, I loved the Arizona Bowl. It was his first time doing it. He was a busy man. He was in the booth. He was down the field. He was everywhere. And here he is again today, man. The Snoop Pinstripe. Sorry, the Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl, man. Arizona Stadium, Tucson, Arizona. This is fun, man. I love this. I am so happy that this is a bowl game because Snoop just makes it funner, man. He's just doing his thing. Did he even perform last time, I think, at this game? Like, he's crazy, man.
Don't remember, but I wouldn't be surprised if he did.
Yeah, man. I love it. It's giving treats to everybody. I love it, man. Snoop's here. He's there. He's everywhere. This one, though, now the game itself, this could actually be a pretty good game, man, because Miami, Ohio is a sleeper, I think. Honestly, they're a team who could win on any given day, but they could also lose the same exact way. They're a very wishy-washy team. Their record says it all, 7-6. They're solid. They're a solid football team, but solid's about as good as they're going to get. They're playing a Fresno State team who, let's be real, a couple plays could have gone differently. They probably would have lost a few more games this year, but they were solid. They were good. So realistically, this game is two solid teams. Not really good, not really great. Fresno State, I feel like they're slightly better, but this game screams grinder to me. It really does. I feel like this game screams grinder of a game. Miami of Ohio wants to slow things down and ride running back Jordan Brunson, while Fresno State hopes quarterback E.G. Warner can avoid mistakes. With a low total, expect defense and field position to decide this one. So there you go. Should be a great game. I love it. This is gonna be a lot of fun. But this is a great game, man. I think it'll be a grinder. Who you got?
Since this is the Snoop Dogg Bowl, I'm taking Fresno State because they're known as the Bulldogs.
Yeah, man. This is gonna be great. This is really, really fun. Looking at this one, but yeah, again, I already kind of said it earlier. I would think Fresno State would be a slightly better team in this one, or will be. I just hope it really is a grinder, like I think it'll be. So again, man, Snoop doing his thing. Bowl game now. I'm loving it. Last year was great. I'm looking forward to today's game as well. So, all right. So we're both going with the Dogs, right?
Yeah, and just for a little bit more of context of why I'm picking Fresno State, I think you also have to factor in travel just because Fresno State doesn't have to travel too far from Arizona, whereas Miami of Ohio, they got to go from Ohio all the way down to Arizona, and that is just a brutal travel right there. So, and also they've already lost to one Mountain West Conference team. I don't know if they'll beat another.
Good point. All right, there. So we're rolling on. By the way, ECU scored themselves a field goal right now, so they're feeling it. They're up 3-0 with about 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. So congratulations to those guys getting the first points on the board. Looks like I don't know if it's Isleta.
Oh, no. I think Pitt turned it over on downs or missed a field goal.
Yeah, they did right now. We're watching this game right now as we speak. Again, I don't know if it's Isleta, I don't know how you pronounce that, but New Mexico Bowl coming up today. North Texas at 11-2 and San Diego State at 9-3. This is another one of those games that's sneaky good. Two teams that were probably, my gosh, they were so close from being like a team who was like, ooh, who are they? Had they have gone undefeated or even just one loss. Really, really solid football programs here. It's just a step up, I think, from the Arizona Bowl this year. Kind of funny, their next door neighbor, New Mexico Bowl. University Stadium, Albuquerque, New Mexico. This game coming on up later on today. Should be a fun one. North Texas brings one of the nation's most productive passing attacks behind Derek Mistmaker. And while San Diego State counters with power football and elite rushing from LaShawn Sutton. So classic offense versus defensive showdown in this one. This will be a fun game. Who you got?
This is an easy one. Give me North Texas. I just feel San Diego State's offense is just so inconsistent.
They are.
While North Texas, they could have been possibly part of the college football playoff, but unfortunately, they wound up losing to Tulane. So I got to go with North Texas. This is an easy one to predict. San Diego State's offense is just way too milquetoast.
They are, and it sucks. I don't want to pick against them, but I'm with you, Teran. I wanted to second that because it's true. San Diego State's been just way too inconsistent. It's kind of annoying.
And they fumbled the bag when it came to the Mountain West Conference Championship.
They did. San Diego State's just, if they fixed it, I hope so. And they can end on a good note, but I don't know if they did. So the Mean Green, man, I think should come out today. And this sucks too, because we're SoCal guys, and this is a SoCal team, but got to call it how you see it, man. I mean, SDSU kind of crap the bed this year. So let's see if they can get it done in this game today in the New Mexico Bowl. So next up, we have the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl. This will be fun. The 10-3 Virginia Hoos, the Cavaliers, taking on Mizzou at 8-4. Everbank Stadium, Jacksonville, Florida. Virginia's resurgence meets Missouri's physical SEC identity. Tigers running back Avery Hardy is the best player on the field, but UVA quarterback, this dude is just a beast, man. Calandria Morris gives the Cavaliers a puncher's chance if this game turns into a shootout. Who you got?
I mean, Missouri, even though they're 8-4, they're actually pretty darn good. I mean, you have to remember that Missouri lost its starting quarterback to start the season. But consider this. Virginia came so close to winning the ACC championship. It's just that they kind of screwed the pooch in the championship game. So, I mean, Missouri is favored by 4 points, and they're favored by matchup predictor. You know what? Give me Missouri. I mean, as crazy as this sounds, I think Missouri is actually better than Virginia. If Virginia was actually good, then they would have won the ACC championship over Duke.
Agreed.
If that was not the case, I'm going to take those Mizzo Tigers.
I like it. Mizzou it is, man. Looking forward to that one. Should be a great game. I'm going to go the same thing, actually. I would like to go opposite, but I got to go Mizzou as well. I think they're a little bit stronger, a little more battle-tested. Virginia, you're right. There's a lot there, but that 10-3 record, I think, is equal to that 8-4 if you put their schedules out there. So, and then the last bowl game of the day, the Kinder's Texas Bowl, 7-5 LSU taking on the 9-3 Houston Cougars. This is an NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas, coming up tonight. Houston gets a home stage, which is pretty cool. They get a home stage edge against an LSU team searching for consistency. I feel like LSU and San Diego State aren't so far apart, right? I mean, LSU kind of have the same thing. Their consistency this year just not being the LSU that we've known, I don't know. There's a lot there. So anyway, quarterback Connor Weigman and a strong Cougar defense could overwhelm LSU if the Tigers struggle early. Expect emotion and intensity from the opening kick. I completely agree, man. This is going to be a lot of fun. So who you got?
See, before anyone asks, Lane Kiffin isn't going to be coaching this game. The interim coach, Frank Wilson III, is still going to be coaching because, remember, he took over following Brian Kelly's firing. So That being said, see, if I had clarity on if LSU's Garrett Nussmeier was going to be playing, I maybe pick LSU. But for purposes of I want LSU, I didn't like what Lane Kiffin did. Even though Lane isn't going to be coaching this game, I'm still picking Houston just because they're the home team, and I don't want to see LSU suffer for what they did for what Lane Kiffin did to Ole Miss. So give me the Cougars.
Yep, I'll take it. I will take it. This should be fun. I really, 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 really hope that this game ends up being a good one and not some weird, awkward type of blowout or something. I don't think it would be, but I don't know. So I'm going the same. Cougs all day, but LSU, man, let's see if they can next year. Let's see what happens if the Tigers can get themselves back on track. So, all right, Teran, those are all the bowl games. There's 8 of them. Lots of bowl games going on today. Again, this one just getting underway, or this one into the second quarter right now. 3-0 ECU leading over Pitt, and they're probably super excited for this one. So I know maybe there's an upset blooming. I don't know. So, all right, Teran, let's get on into some NFL pick'ems, and then we're out of here for the day. But here we go, man. Time to talk some NFL, and boy, oh boy, playoff picture is huge. It's here. We got a lot of fun ones coming up. So here we go, man. Here we go. All right. Let me get on over there, and there it is. All right, so coming up today, we have 2 good ones, man. And your boys, well, you're wearing the jersey. They're getting ready to play in just a little bit. The AFC playoff runs through SoFi. That's my thoughts. The Texans are nearly in, but a win would lock it up. The Chargers are already playoff bound and fighting for a seed. So massive AFC implications in LA. This should be a great game. Obviously, Teran, to know who you're picking. I'm going Chargers too. Let's talk about this one.
Yeah, this is going to really test the Chargers. So ever since the Chargers have had their bye, they've not lost. They've won what 4 in a row ever since their bye week. They beat the Raiders, Eagles, Chiefs, Cowboys. Yeah, that's 4 in a row. So Texans, on the other hand, they're just as hot. I think they've won like 5 or 6 in a row, and that was even when they had Davis Mills. 7 in a row. So they won 7 in a row, which 3 of those wins came at the hands of Davis Mills, which I still find that hard to believe. But oh, yeah, I got to go with the Chargers here. But here's the thing. This is going to really test the Chargers. This is going to be the true litmus test for the Chargers, just because this is a revenge game for them, just because they want payback after the Texans ended their season last year. Houston has a really good defense, and their offense, if their offense can really get it together, this could be a dark horse Super Bowl team. But this is the big thing for the Texans. Do we get the Texans that looked good against the Chiefs? Do we get the Texans that have been looking good for the most part of the season? Or are we going to get the Texans from last week when they just struggled to beat the Raiders? So that's my big thing about the Texans. I got to go with the Chargers just because they're fighting for their AFC West lives. If they win, then they still have a shot at the division. But if they lose, then the Broncos lock up the division altogether, and then the Chargers can only play for the 5th seed.
And that's rough. But again, at least the Chargers are in. At least they're in. And they're not going nowhere. So, yeah, man. Look at that. Our very own Brian Francione in the house, man. Texas defense is really good carrying this team. The Bolts have a challenge for sure. No, that's so cool, man. This is fun. This is honestly a fun game.
Something's got to give here.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm excited, man. I really think this is going to be probably one of the best games of the weekend for sure. And again, I just don't see the Chargers losing. Man, this team is so good. They're so balanced. There's a lot of upside right now to this team, and they're just trying to end a perfect story. Not perfect, but they're trying to end a story here and get it going. So this is going to be good. So, all right, next up, we got there's no other way to say this. Saturday Night Football tonight. It's desperation time for Baltimore. Low key for the Packers too, but the Ravens are on the brink and need a win to stay alive. They've been battling I don't know if it's too late in the game, man. The Packers are already in, but seeding in Lambeau Pride are on the line. And high stakes, cold weather, great football. This is a weird one. Yeah, I know we got injuries, we got all kinds of crap going on. So, Teran, get it to us, man. What do you think about this one?
So we can already rule Jordan Love out. I'm
Yeah, he's
pretty
out.
sure Lamar Jackson's not going to be playing, so it's going to be the battle of the backups. But you're right. This is basically an elimination game for Baltimore. If they win, then their playoff hopes remain alive for at least one more day. Then they got to hope that the Steelers somehow lose to the Browns. Now that you mentioned the Packers, I think they still have a chance at seeding here, just because looking at the standings, they're obviously in the playoffs thanks to the Vikings beating the Lions. But the fact of the matter is that I think they could still jump either the Rams or the Niners, but it's gonna all depend. So look, I don't trust the Ravens this year. I think the Ravens have not been good by any means. I gotta go with the Packers.
Yeah, I'm totally with you. I think the Packers have it, but this is a weird one. This is a really weird game for me. I don't know. It's gonna be competitive. It'll be a fun game. Great game to have on a Saturday night. But I think this might be the end of the road for the Ravens. Just too many injuries, too many things crept up on these guys this year. Even though even though the Packers are loveless tonight, they're gonna feel the love from Lambeau, and I think they're gonna pull it off. But this should be
and they've got Josh Jacobs.
and they got Josh Jacobs, so this should be a barn burner. But yeah, at least I would hope it is. But again, I think the Packers come out on top. So. All right, Darren. We're moving forward now into Sunday's games. Again, we already talked about Christmas yesterday. We had our show yesterday, so talked about the Cowboys over the Commanders, the Vikings over the Lions, eliminating the Lions, and the Broncos over the Chiefs. The Chiefs are already eliminated. 6-10 record. Incredible seeing them this low. And wow, 13 wins for the Broncos. I mean, incredible. No one saw that. That's insane. But all right. So next up, getting into Sunday's games. All right. Now, there's a game in here that I cannot wait to laugh at in a little bit, but we'll save that one till the end. Remind me not to skip it, Teran, because it's very forgettable. But all right, Cincinnati is officially eliminated, but Joe Burrow still wants to spoil someone's Sunday. Arizona is playing for development and draft positioning. No playoffs, but plenty of reps, no matter what. The 3-2 Cardinals taking on the 5-10 Bengals. Darren, this is if the real toilet bowl wasn't happening, this could be a real candidate for toilet bowl.
Yeah, this is the Pride Bowl at the very least, but I'm taking the Bengals.
Yeah. What do you do? I mean, the Cardinals have just been this ongoing joke for so long. It's really sad because I feel like they're a team who almost has it together, but then just doesn't. Like I don't know what to say, man. I mean, it's kind of sad, but and then the Bengals, obviously, if they would have had Joe the whole year, I think they'd be probably a playoff team at the moment. But what do you do? It's just the way it goes, and it's a bummer. It really is for them, but what do you do? So anyway, draft positioning is what they're playing for, and that's that. So, all right, next up here, got another fun one right here. Win, and the Steelers are in. Lose, and the chaos enters the AFC North. The Browns are eliminated, but Pittsburgh's playoff hopes are absolutely on the line. If they have been eliminated already, which I think they're still on the line. So talk to us, Teran. What do you got?
Yeah, you basically said it best. Steelers win and they're in if the Ravens win today. If the Ravens lose today, then the Steelers are in regardless. But regardless of who wins or who loses, I'm going to take the Steelers. I mean, I just don't trust the Cleveland Browns offense. Shedeur needs more time to develop. Shooter Sanders, that is. But I'm taking the Steelers just because I like their chances, and I think their offense is a little bit more there. I just think that even though the Steelers will be without DK Metcalf, I think the Steelers should have enough in the tank.
Yeah, I agree. Steelers have if they lose to the damn Browns, I swear I don't even know what to say about this team if they do, but I don't think they will. I think they'll be good enough, but we'll see how it all ends up. So okay, next up, another trash bowl. Look, this could be a candidate for the toilet bowl too. Honestly, this is very toilety. Very toilety, Teran. We have here the 5-10 Saints taking on the 3-12 Tennessee Titans. This game sucks. I'm sorry. This is a horrible game in Nashville. Both teams are eliminated. But this game, honestly, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it matters more than it looks. I don't know. But young players, coaching elevations, and roster decisions for 2026 are basically front and center for all these crappy games. So, pride game in Nashville. I mean, hey, I guess the claim to fame this year is the Titans got to beat a really horrible Chiefs team. So, I don't know. But what do you got?
I mean, the Saints have actually looked pretty good. They've actually won, I think 4 in a row. I'm going to take the Saints just because their defense is better than the Titans' defense. I think that the Saints' defense will make Cam Ward see ghosts. And yeah, Tyler Shuck is playing for a starting position for next year, and this is the battle of the same quarterbacks from the same the two quarterbacks from the same draft. So I gotta go with Tyler Shuck and the Saints.
Let's see it. I think so too. They're a little bit better than the Titans are. So I mean, you're right. They've been a little impressive recently. The Saints have, but I don't know. This is it's one of those games, right? So anyway, we'll see how that one goes. All right, next up, Teran. This one's a little more fun, I would say, because the Jacksonville Jaguars are division leaders, and a win nearly seals it. The Colts are somehow, some way, I think, still on the bubble. They might be eliminated already, at least mathematically. I don't know, but I think they're on the bubble, and a win must happen. Obviously, today, a loss is a season ender for sure. And again, clarify that for me, Teran. But yeah, so Indy is in a must win. The Jaguars are, if they want to seal the division, I think if they want to seal a good seed. I know they're already in. Are pretty close to it, but this is actually a more interesting game. What do you got?
Oh yeah, it is. So Indy is just barely clinging on to playoff hope. If the Colts win out and the Texans lose out, and you also got to remember that Indy and the Texans play each other in Week 18, then the Colts would get in. Now for Jacksonville, if they win and the Texans lose, then the Jacksonville clinches the division. Man, I mean, Indy is fighting for their playoff lives here. And I really want to pick the Colts because of Phillip Rivers, but dude, I gotta go with Jacksonville. I think Jacksonville is playing on a whole other level. My only fear for the Jaguars is that this could be a letdown spot after last week's big win over the Broncos. But I got Jacksonville. I think Jacksonville's playing some of its best ball. I don't think there's a better team that's playing better ball than they are.
I'm right there with you. I don't think the Jacksonville Jaguars lose this game. If they do, then it just goes to show you that they're not going to be very good in the playoffs wherever they end up. So yeah, I'm right there with you. Let's see what happens here, but I gotta go. I gotta go Jacksonville as well. So all right, next up, the Bucs are right there in the NFC playoff fight. The Dolphins are eliminated. This is the Florida battle, but Miami can play spoiler in a big way. Tampa cannot afford to slip here. Who you got?
I think if Tampa loses and Carolina wins, then Tampa's officially eliminated. Again, this is fighting for your playoff lives here, and I gotta go with Tampa here. I mean, Tampa can't possibly lose to the Dolphins. If they lose this one, then regardless of whether they beat the Panthers next week or not, Tampa doesn't deserve to make it. So I'll take the Bucks just because the Dolphins, they're going to be trotting out Quinn Ewers. They've relegated Tua Tagovailoa to third string quarterback, or emergency quarterback. So I'm taking the Bucks easy money.
Yeah, I'm with you. There's no way. Short and sweet, there's no way. If the Bucks lose this game, then they deserve to lose that's it. Everything bad everyone said this year. I'm just kidding. No, but yeah, they're all joking aside. They got to win this game. There's no way. We got to go with the Bucks here. So New England is already in, but the seeding still matters. The Jets are eliminated and looking toward the future, really. And with the Jets, it's is there a future? Just kidding. One team is turning up, but the other one is just again
packing up.
Yeah, packing up. Yeah, exactly. This one isn't hard. This one is not hard. Patriots all day.
Yeah, and if the Patriots win and the Bills lose, Patriots are the outright NFC East champions. But if for some weird reason the Patriots lose and then the Bills win, then Bills and Patriots would be tied atop the AFC East. And also, I think Buffalo has the tiebreaker over the Patriots. But that being said, I'm taking the Patriots easy money.
I think so. I am with you on that one. Patriots easy money. Seattle is locked into the playoffs, but seeding also is still important for these guys. Carolina is playing for its playoff lives. That's for sure. Win and stay alive, lose and it's basically over. One of the biggest pressure games of Week 17. Who you got?
Well, I wouldn't say if Carolina loses, it's over. But next week when the Panthers play Tampa, that's where it gets crucial for them. Look, as much as I'd like to see the Seahawks lose, I think they're just too much for the Panthers.
Yep.
Again, the only thing I will say about the Seahawks is there could be a letdown spot after they wound up beating the Rams the previous week. But Seattle is well rested. They've had like way more than 10 days to rest and prepare and recover for Carolina. So I can't imagine the Seahawks losing to the Panthers. As much as we would all like to see the Panthers just lock up a spot in the NFC South, look, the Seattle is fighting for the number 1 seed and they're fighting for the division as well. So give me Seattle.
Yeah, give me Seattle as well. They're against the better team, and this has to be. If it's not, then this is bad. So, yeah, gotta see that victory there for those guys, man. I think that they're the better team. So, this is a playoff game in December, man. This is the earliest the playoffs are starting, and it's right now. Both teams are already in, but seeding tiebreakers, momentum are going to be massive. Statement opportunity on both sides, and I'm talking about the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Buffalo Bills. Who you got?
This one might be game of the day, in my opinion. This one can go either way, honestly. I mean, both these teams are pretty inconsistent, but I'm actually going to go with the Eagles just because I think they have a little bit more offensive firepower than Buffalo. So give me Philly in a close one.
Same here. I think Philly is going to be, we'll cash out here and get this one done. As much as, I don't know. This one's weird. This is because the Bills have been so weird. This is the two weird teams, both of them. You know, because even the Eagles have had their spots where I'm like, I don't even think you're that good anymore. Like, you know, it's crazy. Like defending champs, and I don't even think you're that good. Like, I don't know. It's weird. They're very, very odd teams, man. But yeah, give me the Eagles in a close one here. Who knows what will happen? So, the Bears have already clinched the NFC North. I'm sorry, the NFC North, which is amazing. The 49ers are locked into the postseason as well, but fighting for position. 2 playoff teams, 1 huge measuring stick game. Who you got?
I don't think the Bears have clinched a spot or the AFC North altogether.
They didn't? I thought they did.
If they win or the Packers lose, then they clinch the North. But for the time being, they are literally knocking on the door. They're literally on the doorstep. So
okay, I looked. Yeah, you're right. They have not clinched yet.
The only way the Bears don't win the division is if they lose out and the Packers win out.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
The
It
Niners
looks
still have a
like,
chance for the
let me
number 1
see.
seed, but so do the Bears.
I think they do. You're right. They're so close.
Yeah, if they're probably going to be sending a anti-gift basket to this team. If the Cowboys had just beaten the Packers, Cowboys would have legit, or the Packers would not be in the title race. But for the Bears and Niners, this is going to be the best game. This is man, whoever picked this as Sunday Night Football must have a crystal ball. Both these teams still have a chance at the number 1 seed. Both these teams still have a chance at their division. The Niners have kind of an outside chance. But even though the Niners have been playing really good football, even though they've had a team that's literally been a makeshift team, especially on defense, I got to go with Chicago on this one. I think Chicago is honestly playing really good ball, and but this is going to be their true litmus test. So give me the Bears in a close one, and heaven knows if these two teams could meet up in the playoffs.
Yeah, and of course, that is tomorrow. Sorry, guys, for not announcing it. That is tomorrow's Sunday Night Football game. Of course, we'll get a closer preview on that one for tomorrow. But yeah, that is our Sunday Night Football tomorrow. Honestly, this is a really, really good Sunday Night Football. I'm glad that this was the choice here. Was the flex, Teran, or was this always on the schedule?
This was not flex. This was always on the schedule.
That's good. This is a good game. This is a really good game.
Flexed out, but good on Chicago and the 49ers for staying with it.
Yeah, this is a good one. This is a really good game. So, and then, of course, again, Sunday Night Football right there. My apologies. We skipped, again, very forgettable. Again, always forgettable. But before we go on to Monday Night Football, 2 eliminated teams, 1 last chance for momentum. The Giants and Raiders are both out. Both draft positioning, pride, and evaluation seasons are very real in Las Vegas, and this is a horrible, horrible football game that, yes, should be. This should, I don't even know, Teran. We talk about all the funny channels. This should be, you know what, Teran, this needs to go on? The History Channel, because both these teams are history. All right, that's exactly where this game needs to go. Horrible game. Raiders, Giants. Obviously, I'm picking my stupid Raiders. They're horrible. Both these games are terrible. We have a combined, 4 wins this year?
Yeah, 4
combined
wins and 26 losses.
Teran, cue the flush, because that's what we need to get a toilet flushing freaking sound effect here. But what do you think?
Oh gosh, this is it's so I don't even know what to say when it comes to this matchup. Like, this feels like this is probably going to be the most ugliest game out there, especially since well, for starters, both these teams straight up stink, and the winner is going to feel a lot like this.
Yeah, exactly. I love it. It is one of the best memes.
But that being said, I initially picked the Raiders just because I thought that I think they're kind of going to be good, but they've shut down Brock Bowers. They're sitting Max Crosby, even though Max Crosby wants to be out there. On paper, the Giants win, but I'm going to say the Raiders win.
What a guy. Teran is just being really nice, and I'll take that. Thank you, Teran. Appreciate you. Yeah, I don't know. If the Rams win, who cares? I mean, honestly, if the Raiders win, I'm already in the next game. This game sucks. This game is bad. We know it's going to be bad. I don't even know what to say about it, but let's see what happens. Raiders, yay. But again, if they win, again, draft. Who wants to come play for this anyway? This game sucks. Anyway, all right, man.
If you watch this game, you deserve a stimulus check.
You do. I completely agree with that one. So the Rams are in and still chasing seeding here. The Falcons are eliminated, but Atlanta can still shake up the NFC picture. One team polishing, one team playing spoiler. Who you got? Monday Night Football.
This is a no-brainer. Give me the Rams. Look, the Rams need a bounce-back win, and they also own Atlanta's first-round pick. So, if anything, the Rams have more motivation to win this game. So, give me the Rams over the Falcons. Plus, the Rams need all the wins that they can get just because they're going to need a miracle in order to get the number 1 seed, let alone the NFC West title. But if they play their cards right, or if all the chips align in their way, then maybe the Rams have a shot the division or the number 1 seed. But for now, I'm picking the Rams regardless.
I am with you. And on that note, Teran, we're going to cue the music and get on out of here. Because, well, we'll get more into those games tomorrow. Or we might not even have a show tomorrow. We might just do it all on Monday. Who knows? But I know we're gonna get into all this good stuff. Lots of great football on today again. Like I said, 10 games today, including 8 college and 2 NFL games. This will be fun, man. I'm really looking forward to some of these games. Some of these games I could care less about, kind of like the Raiders. But we'll see. So good stuff here today, man. We appreciate you all for tuning in. This has been another great episode of 3 Now. We appreciate all you guys, man. The viewers just keep coming. We get tons of people listening to this one, so we really appreciate you. And just thank you for your comments and everything like that, your tweets after we're off air, all that good stuff. So getting towards halftime right now, ECU still leads Pitt 3-0 in the Go Bowling Military Bowl. This one should end up pretty fun. And then, of course, we're getting really close to kickoff here of the next game coming up. Oh, actually, yeah, we're getting really close here. We're just started, actually, the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl here. Penn State and Clemson already underway. So, 2 games there, getting ready and set. 2 good games already. I got them both on, so I don't know why I didn't mix the other one. But yeah, 2 games already on the docket, and they're fun. So, Darren, any last thoughts, comments, anything you want to throw out there?
No, not really. It's just that we're getting close to the playoffs when it comes to the NFL, and soon, and probably our next show will probably be reviewing the quarterfinals of the college football playoff.
Oh yeah, and that's gonna be fun. Because yeah, coming up next week, I said, Taryn, we might even skip tomorrow just because obviously we can do all of this on Monday's show. But we'll talk about that. So we'll see, guys, if we are on or not. But for sure, Monday, man, we got a lot coming your way if we do get to the show. But yeah, we have the Birmingham Bowl, the J-Lab Birmingham Bowl, Georgia Southern, Appalachian State, and then, of course, Monday Night Football, Rams and Falcons on to Tuesday, where we get, let's see, oh yeah, we get some more good bowl games, but of course, Tuesday for sure, I think will be the day we really get into those previews here. New Year's is coming on up. Lots to talk about, man. Lots of football coming your way. We're in the thick of bowl season. So many great things. Getting close to the end of the season here for the NFL. Football, y'all. Football. If you want it, it's here on 3 and Out, right here on iSports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. For my boy, Teran Rodriguez. For me, your boy, Larry B. We will see you either tomorrow or Monday, depending on how he's lining on up. You know us, sporadic. Until then, take care. And as always, God bless.
Peace.